And happy Wednesday. We've got everything sorted with my live streaming software, and it's going to be a great day because today we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is money. All right. And I know that a lot of times people don't like to talk about money, but at the end of the day, it is the currency, it is what we need, it is what makes the world go round, and we are all worthy of it. Okay. So if you've got a bit of a relationship with money, I want to change that for you. And today we're going to talk about how gratitude can change your relationship with money as well. Now, that can be a hard one, especially if you are in a bit of lack at the moment. It's hard to feel grateful for money when it's not there. Now, it's easy, of course, when you do have all this abundance. But how do you get from here to here? And that's what I want to help you guys with, because there are times when you're going to go sort of up and down with everything in life. And knowing how to shift things around when things aren't going the way you want to is such an important tool. It's such a great thing to have in your belt to be able to do that, because that is how you're going to shift things around and not stay stuck or even potentially make things worse. Okay. All right. So gratitude and money. Now, this is not just about thinking positive. Okay. Because you can't just think, I want more money, but feel something different. It doesn't work like that when it comes to, especially when you're taking into account all the different universal laws. Okay. So people who say to you, and sometimes this can be really annoying, just be grateful for what you have, right? Yeah, that's all well and good. However, it can be hard to hear sometimes, can't it? Especially when what you have isn't what enough, or it's not what you want, or it's not where you thought you would be. So hearing those words, just be grateful, can really grate on some people's nerves. So I want to give you a bit of some backstory, a bit of science, a bit of context that will help shift that around for you so you can understand where those people are coming from and why they're saying that. Okay. All right. So your gratitude is not just about feeling good. So when we're in those times where it's hard to feel good, that's when you can shift to something like just appreciating. Okay. So when it comes to money, if you don't have a lot of money or you're struggling financially, and look, we've all been there. I've been there. And it's been up and down over the years as well. It hasn't been nice and smooth. So I get it. I know what it's like to really struggle, to worry about, okay, well, how are we going to pay for these things? In those moments, it's really hard to feel grateful for money because you don't have any. That's where you can you can shift it around though and appreciate. Okay. Appreciation is a similar sort of frequency. However, it's an easier jump to get there. So if you are, let's say you've got the electricity bill has come in and it's way more than you thought. The kids have been running the air conditioner, whatever. It's more than you thought, and you're not sure how you're going to pay for that. In that moment, if someone says, just be grateful, it's really hard to do that. So what you could do instead is, instead of worrying about, how am I going to pay for this, you sort of can reframe that and go, okay, well, I can appreciate that I have electricity. Okay, to have this bill, I must have electricity. So I can appreciate that I have that electricity, that I can, walk into a room and turn on a light, that I can cook food, that we have got a fridge. So there are things that you can find to appreciate around that that situation, which can then move into gratitude. All right. So I appreciate that I can do all of those things. So I'm actually quite grateful that I can do that as well, because there are people who can't. So I'm very grateful that I have this, problem because it means that I do have a roof over my head, that I do have, the means to provide some comforts. Okay, this is making sense. So if getting straight into gratitude is hard, come in through the side door through appreciation. Okay, because when we do this, and this is where the science comes into it, every time you feel truly grateful, and you feel it, you're not just saying words. Okay, you can't say I'm so grateful for this body, whatever, and you're not feeling it. You feel cranky because your words are just words. They need to make you feel good, and you need to feel the gratitude. Okay, and every time you truly feel grateful, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, and that makes you feel more optimistic and motivated. They are the feel good drugs, okay, that your body, the hormones. So, but even more interesting is that it activates your reticular activating system, your RAS. Now, your RAS is like a filter, and it decides what information is important, what gets in, because we are bombarded with information all day, every day. Okay, so you would notice when you start thinking about a certain thing, then all of a sudden it pops up everywhere, and that's all you can see, because your RAS has kicked in and it is filtering through the information. Oh, you want to, buy a blue car? Here's a blue car, blue car, blue car, blue car. Okay, so it decides what you bring in. Now, so this is the same when it comes to money. So if you are constantly thinking, I never have enough, now your RAS has to prove you right. Okay, that's its job. It doesn't question. It just has to prove you right on what you are focused on. Okay, so it will provide more evidence. It will bring you in some bills that you didn't even know were due. There'll be something will come in. So maybe you get a flat tire. Maybe there's, I don't know, the kids need something else for school, or there's something that you forgot about, and this debt, is brought back into your awareness. Okay. So you're getting all of these things, but in addition to that, you're actually missing out on the opportunities. So we can kind of get a little bit tunnel visioned, right? And all we see is the bills and the debt and the lack. I don't have enough. And here's something else to prove me right that I don't have enough. And all the opportunities are sitting outside, but we can't see them, all right, because our RAS has blocked them out, because it can only show you so much information. You can't absorb all the information that is thrown at us every single moment of every single day. Okay. But if you shift your focus to gratitude, all right, so you acknowledge the money that you have, you be grateful for the money that you have. I'm so grateful that I am able to buy groceries. I am grateful that I can get onto a payment plan with the electricity company. I am grateful that there is such a thing called the National Debt Hotline that I can call to get some free assistance. Okay. So when you are acknowledging what you do have and being grateful for what you have, no matter how small, okay, the small things add up to big things. I want you guys to really understand is that when you're focusing on the gratitude, your RAS then has to prove you right for that and start bringing more things into your awareness for you to be grateful for. Okay, and if you're focused on money, it will open up those blinkers, and then you'll see the different opportunities that are there. And they can be in all sorts of different forms as well. Maybe it is a new job. Maybe you get a pay rise. Maybe someone gives you a great discount on something, a service or a product. Maybe you get something for free. There's all different ways that financial abundance can show up. It's not just all about more money coming into your bank account. Maybe you're at the coffee shop and someone buys you a coffee. Happy days. You've just saved yourself $5. minimum. Okay. So this is why successful people swear by gratitude. They understand how the law of attraction works. They understand how your reticular activating system works, and they work with it. Okay. So they work with it. Now, this doesn't mean that everything's always rosy and nothing ever goes wrong, because obviously things are going to go wrong. We actually want things to go wrong because that helps us to recognize if we are going off track. And it also helps us to get clarity, because we might think, I want, I want ABC job, okay, because it'll give me this much money. And then when we get there, yeah, it gave us the money, but maybe something else wasn't quite great about it with the conditions or the people or the culture, okay? So then you have to be there to then experience the contrast, to know that, oh, okay, I need to fine tune and be more clear about what I want. I want a job where, yes, I'm getting this money. However, I also want it where I enjoy going to work, where the culture is positive, where the people are supportive, and it helps you to get clearer on what you want. So the contrast is a good thing. Don't ever think that there will never be any, or that it is bad. Okay, it helps us to get back on track, and it helps us to get clarity. If you can become someone who, for the majority of the time, is in that positive state, is feeling grateful, then the majority of the time things are going to go the way you want. And even when things do go wrong, it's not going to be a massive disaster. It'll be oh yeah, that sucked, and there might be a few emotions that come out, and that's okay. Always feel your emotions. You get to choose, though, how long you stay in that moment, how long you hang on to those emotions, how long you keep revisiting and bringing it back into your now when the event has passed. Okay, so I hope this is making sense. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions. All right. So let's get into some practical steps on how you can use gratitude to attract more wealth. Okay, so a lot of people focus only on the big wins. Okay, however, what I was saying before, every small thing adds up. So be grateful for every single dollar that you receive. If you save $1, you find $1, be grateful for that. Okay? Because if you think about, if you saved $1 every single day, then at the end of the year, you would have $365. That's awesome, because it adds up. So don't just wait for the big financial win to happen before you be happy about it. Celebrate every single dollar that comes into your life, whether it is through your job, whether it's through a discount, whether it's through something free. Okay, your true wealth and gratitude for that starts by appreciating all of the money that is flowing into your life. All right, so when you get paid, take a moment. Thank you, so grateful I got this money. All right, because you didn't have to. They didn't have to pay you. You don't have to go to that job. If you get a new client, thank you. So grateful that I've got this client. If you got a refund on something, thank you. So grateful I got a refund. If you get a surprise discount, thank you. So grateful I got this discount. Say it to yourself. Say it to the person. You know, it's something that we take for granted, but to actually, when somebody says thank you, I appreciate that, it makes you feel good, doesn't it, to hear that? So be the one that then causes that good feeling in someone else. It takes a second. Thank you, appreciate it so much. All right, it's so simple, but such a powerful thing that you can do. Okay, now, makes you feel good, makes them feel good. If there is somebody else, it gets you into that grateful vibration. And it's also training your brain to notice and expect more things financially to make you feel grateful for. Okay, so this is all about retraining your brain as well. You can start a list. Write down the 5 things you're grateful for about money. Okay. I'm so grateful that I have the money to buy a home, to get a car, to go on a holiday, to have food, to have air conditioning, to, I don't know, whatever it is. It can be anything and everything. You can write down 5, you can write down 2, you can write down 100. It doesn't matter. All I want you guys to do is to be aware. Take those moments to actually stop and be in appreciation. Okay? Because that can, we're so busy being busy and we're going from one thing to the next. That little stop and that shift in your focus is what is missing. Okay? It's what will turn things around for you with your money, but with everything as well, everything else in your life, in every other aspect. And when you are feeling good, you are attracting more things to make you feel good. And your RAS is looking for more things to make you feel good, for more things to make you feel grateful. Okay? And then the last little tip I want to give you is to sort of future pace your gratitude. This is like the imagining. When Gold Lotto, they say, "Oh, wouldn't it be nice?" And they want people to imagine, what would you do if you had all of that money? What would you do if you won, first division? And it's a good game to play. Instead of sitting there thinking, "Oh God, I hope I make some more money. I hope I get some clients. Or I hope I get a pay rise. I hope," because that's a very desperate, not a great feeling vibration. Okay, it's a little bit down in the lower sectors when you're saying all that sort of stuff. So instead of doing that, you switch it around and you future pace it and you act as if it has already happened. So this is what all the gurus say, you've got to believe before you see it. Not I'll believe it when I see it. You've got to believe it before it actually comes into life. So this future gratitude practice is sitting there thinking, I am so grateful for the money in my life. I'm so grateful for the opportunities that bring more money into my life. You're saying it and you're feeling it as if it has already happened. So that is switching up your vibration. It is paving the way for more things to be coming to you that will fulfill that feeling. And your RAS is going, "Oh, she's focused on this," or as if it's already happened. Your brain, your unconscious, your subconscious, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't know the difference between real and make believe. Okay, so when you start focusing on that and just saying as if it's already happened, your RAS is going to kick in and it's going to start filtering all the information and it'll start showing you ways to make that happen. All right. This is where you're setting up. It's sort of like the horse before the cart sort of thing. When you get into that vibration, when you get into that space of this is how it is and this is how it feels, when your current reality is not that, it is paving the way to create a different reality, to create a new reality. Okay, so this is where things will come in where you get another opportunity to make some money, or you get a new client, or you get a pay rise, or you get a great deal, or you're online and you happen to be there at the right place for the right time for that 24-hour flash sale where everything is really discounted, or there's some other unexpected windfall. Okay. And that comes from being in that place of gratitude. But you've got to be a little bit consistent about it as well. You can't just do something once and expect that it's going to keep going forever and ever. Okay? We have habits that have formed over the last however many, years or decades. And you need to retrain your brain, retrain your RAS instead of looking for what can go wrong and what's the lack and what's bad and all of that sort of thing. We're now retraining it to look for what can go well. What are the good things? What are all the abundance sort of stuff? And so you've got to give it yourself a little bit of time, and you've got to give a bit of practice. It's like if you go to the gym, if you want to be fit to run a marathon because you're crazy, you need to start running a little bit. Don't try and run, 10 Ks on the first day. You want to go out there and maybe just run around the block on day one. And day two, you're going to go a bit further. And you keep practicing, you keep doing it. And the more you do it, the better you get. It's the same with this, okay? All right, so I hope that has made sense. If you have questions, please ask them. I want you guys to really harness what is available for you, okay? Your money, your financial situation, it's not just about the numbers. It's about your mindset, because you can have earning huge amounts of money but still not have anything at the end of the day, or not be set up for your future, okay, because of your mindset. So it doesn't matter if you've got a little bit or a lot. If you have the right mindset, you will be able to expand on that, okay? And the more that you focus on gratitude around your money, the more you're going to train your brain to see the abundance that is actually in your life, okay? You want to focus on that abundance instead of the lack. The more you do that, then the more it has to come back to you. All right, but it's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort on your part, but you can do it. You can do it. All right, so give it a go, see what happens. Give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're ready to, attract more money into your life. Have an amazing day, and I will see you again on Friday, and we are going to talk about gratitude and your body and using it to have a healthier body. All right, have a great day.